Alzheimer's is a progressive disease that destroys memory and other important mental functions. I am scared of many things. But one thing I'm scared of is forgetting and being forgotten. Scared of forgetting my friends, my family, my enemies, my lovers, my exes, especially myself. If I had Alzheimer's, this is my opinion, I would rather lose everything I have ever had than to have Alzheimer's. Not saying that everyone should think that way, not at all. My opinion, forgetting everything I've ever known, even myself, that is so heartbreaking. And I just want to remember everything. My losses, my wins, my trials and tribulations. I want to remember everything, even the bad things. Why? Well, other than my authenticity that I will uphold throughout all my life, all I have is my story. My story is not original, but it is unique. Everyone's story is not original, but they are all unique. And to think that is so weird. The story is always the same. No, the theme is always the same of the story. I think that's how the quote goes. I forgot who said it, but it's something to think about. My life is something I own and no one can take from me. Except, murderers and everything, but it is my life. It is my story. I can tell it to clear perfection. If I remember everything correctly, of course. It's no one can understand me, but everyone can empathize and sympathize. But no one can understand to a T of everything I've lived through. And this goes for both of us, for all of us. Your life is different. I cannot understand you to a T, but I can emphasize, I can even sympathize sometimes. And nowadays, that is really rare. Have you seen that? It's so rare. But when I was young, I kind of loved the idea of letting people control my life, letting them choose the things I want, and I would just follow in the line. But it's not that good. Now that I think of it, now that I've grown up, it was so foolish of me to think that. But I hope you can understand why I thought that. It would feel like a vacation, like I have no stress. Anyone and everyone can do the things, like they can lead my life. And I could just sit back, following the line, and that's it. But it would suck. It would suck so bad. Imagining letting people decide what I do, even if I don't want to. That's kind of like working, but and I've worked before, and it sucked, and I'm working now. I have a job, but yeah, it just sucks sometimes. But it's still horrifying because it's not like a job at all either. It's your life. It's your life. Who you love, who you want around, your friends, what you watch, what you listen. It would be terrifying if none of that was you. And everything was just never your decision. It was just so. I'm glad that I can choose what I want. And I'm glad that in a certain time, I was controlled by my parents, by my by other people, like teachers and that. Because they know what it's like to actually live. They knew they had experience. And at the time, I was foolish. But now, I'm glad that they called out my foolishness. Even if at the time I didn't want to be wrong. And it's like, even though, yeah, even nowadays, life sucks. Right now, yesterday, life sucked. Today, life sucked. Maybe tomorrow will suck. You can change it. I can change it. We can change our lives. We have the decision to do so. You can be someone if you ever do want to be. Or you can be a puppet. A puppet that will be forgotten because you were never yourself. Because you were a people pleaser and no one was there. So, be there for yourself. Be there. Because, in the end, like in the real end, even in death, in the end of the day, end of the week or month, no one will be there for you. In the end.